Now that was a good time. Don't you just love the smell of destruction in the morning? I do. Okay, welcome. Part 2. Blackberry Ridge Track Hoe Part 2. So today it's raining. Horrible day. Drastically different than yesterday. It is something like 50-something degrees outside, raining, nasty. Yesterday it was 85 degrees. You get the point. It's bad weather. But you know what really doesn't stop in bad weather? Track hoes don't really stop in bad weather. So today I've kind of calmed down a little bit. We are going to go operate the track hoe. I'm going to wear my GoPros. I'm going to try to have a few different angles for you with GoPros. I brought the tripod for the camera, but with it raining, I don't think I can set up the camera. We're going to have to shoot it all from GoPros, but I promise you it'll be enough. You'll probably be bored and tired of listening to it. I'm going to throw some facts at you about it. I'm going to give you a little walk-around tour of it. And we're going to see what it can do. I think my dad's got it back in the trees right now, ripping some trees out and pushing them over and playing with it. So you saw me pick up boulders yesterday, so let's go now take a look at ripping some trees out. Plumb out the ground. Okay, so, well, it's raining pretty good. Dad got off of this thing, but it's not going to stop me. I'm going to go play. Forgot my headband GoPro, so we're going to attempt to do this by holding you and kind of strapping you to the cab with me. So we're going to, as you can see, he's already started knocking some trees down. We're going to keep going and see how far we get. We're probably just going to play a little bit, but I'm going to take you in the cab with me and kind of show you what everything does real quick first. Okay, we're inside the cab. This is an inside the cab look. Hello. First things first, I guess we need to get it fired up, so here we go. Well, crap, I gotta dig my key out. Come on, Josh. That's change, not a key. There's a key. Okay, here we go. Purrs like a kitten. She purrs like a kitten. Okay. So real quick, here is a little tutorial coming from a guy who just learned how to do this on YouTube. I'm gonna teach you how to do it on YouTube if you even care, but I'm gonna give you a little quick lesson. So first things first, if you want to move, you use these two. They go forward, they go back, they go left, they go right. That's controls your tracks. Then this controls your boom. This controls the bucket doing this and doing that, and up and down, left and right for to curl and uncurl, up and down for up and down. Then these two buttons here are for your hydraulic thumb to engage and close or to open. This side here controls the twist of the carriage on the tracks. If I want to go look that way or that way, that controls that by going left or right. And then up or down here extends the boom or brings the boom to me. So that's all pretty self-explanatory. Your idle control is here. Guy told me yesterday you need to actually run that wide open when you're running it. Don't run it at half, always run it at wide open. There's a lot of in-depth controls here as far as track speed, boom power, wipers, which we don't have, and then we've got AC and heat in here, which is really cool. I don't know if there's a defrost on here, so I might look at that right now. There we go. How about that? So now we've got the defrost going, so I can anti-fog my window. By throwing this lever here and this lever here, this whole carriage will open up. This whole door will open up. That's the way in, and it'll stay open. There's a lock on the side. Excuse me. Before I can do anything with this unit, to move it at all, you have to engage the entire motor hydraulic system with this right here. If this is in this position, kind of blocking you from getting out, you can engage all the controls on here. If it is not, then you cannot, and I'll show you that right now. It is currently engaged, so I can raise our boom and I can lower our boom. If I disengage it and I hit my joystick, I can't do anything. So that's kind of it for your quick little tutorial. Oh, there's a cigarette lighter for chain smoking while you're doing this. I think it's kind of, to operate heavy equipment, is it almost a necessity to chain smoke? I don't know, we'll see. We don't smoke, so we may not be any good at this, but we're gonna prove how bad I am at this right now with setting this camera up somewhere where you can see out, and we're gonna work this machine and try to take down some trees and things like that. And we're actually killing two birds with one stone. We're teaching ourselves how to use this while also clearing the house pad for Marmy and Pappy. So it's gonna be fun. Come along. We got the GoPro out there in the rain, so you can kind of see from a different angle what all we're doing. So stand by for production.
I got no worries, got me, no. I got no problems I can see, no. I got this feeling over me, like I got no worries, no. I got no worries, no.
moment we've been waiting for, the chance to feel alive. Nothing's gonna stop us, nothing's gonna top this, nothing like we've ever seen. And I raise my hands to the sky, what a feeling, 'cause I feel like dancing high, got a feeling, time to feel it. This is where it all begins. Yourself and let go, time to see it all. Don't think about tomorrow, today we are heroes, hear adventure call. There are whole new worlds to see, I keep running, and my feet keep lifting me, like I'm flying, time to see it. This is where it all begins. This is where it all begins. This is where it all begins. 'Cause this could be the best day of our lives, yeah. This is where it all begins. This is where it all begins. This is where it all begins. A moment to feel alive. This is where it all begins. A moment to feel alive. This is
Okay, well, here's a little look at at what we've got so far on the house pad. You can see the barn up through there. You can see our boulder wall there. Kind of see maybe there's some yellow tape on that tree. Don't know if you can see it. You can see that yellow tape flying in the wind, and you can see that yellow tape over there. That's the actual house. You can see we tore down the other tree with the yellow tape there. That's the lake. So this is going to be kind of our view. We're going to get in here and trim some of this out, but but this is where the house is going. This isn't really a house pad video. This is a track hoe video, and that dadgum track hoe is sweet. So I'm gonna go sit down out of the rain. It's still raining, and throw some specs at you, and just an overall, if you can't tell, just tell you a little bit about my first thoughts of the track hoe experience up until now. So let me get out of the rain, get inside, and we'll go over some of that. I'm a little hoarse, as you can tell. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I thought it was allergies. It might be a sinus infection, but I told you I'd sit down and tell you a little bit more about the specs of the unit, and also kind of my experience. I think you guys kind of know my experience. I had a blast operating that machine. It's a lot of fun. As you saw from the video, I still need a lot more familiarization with the machine. I'm not real efficient with it yet, but I will be, I'm sure, in the coming weeks and days and months and years. So my dad will probably be operating it a lot too, which you'll probably be seeing. But As far as taking those trees out of the ground, there's a little bit of it's not just like all muscle. There's a little bit of finesse that has to be done with that too. But it's still pretty easy compared to doing with a chainsaw and trying to use the Kubota. So I'm glad we have it. It's awesome, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. Just some really interesting specs on the unit that I thought were pretty interesting. You might find as well. I know we're not all gearheads on here, but these are just, I think, things that most all of us can just kind of appreciate about it in general. It has a max digging depth down of 20 feet. So we could dig a 20-foot pond with it if we basically just sat up on the bank, which I thought was pretty interesting. It has a the height of the unit from the ground to the top of the cab is 10 feet. The length of the tracks is 12 feet, 12 feet worth of track on each side on the ground. Thought that was pretty interesting. It has a 6-cylinder diesel engine in it that holds 105 gallons of fuel and 6 gallons of oil. That's crazy. That's so much oil. It has a gross horsepower of 155 horsepower at 2,000 RPMs. And it has a max operating weight. I'm sorry, not a max operating. It just has an overall operating weight of 47,260 pounds. That's heavy. That's what allows us to pick up the boulders and not tip over and all that kind of stuff. 47,000 pounds. That's crazy. And it has a swing torque on the swing mechanism of 49,907 pounds per foot. Foot-pounds. That's crazy. So that's kind of some technical stuff. Some of you may appreciate, some of you may not. I just told you I would do it. So anyways, that's going to be it for part 2 of the surprise video. And there'll be plenty more videos to come with us operating that. Like I said, right now we're clearing the house pad. We'll be doing pastures. We'll be doing equipment shed pads. There'll be pools dug with that machine. There'll be all kinds of stuff. Ponds dug. I say pools like multiple. There'll be one pool dug with that. Ponds, multiple ponds dug with that. Trails cut and cleared. That thing, I'm just looking forward to using the fire out of it. So that's it for this. Thanks for watching. Sorry for my sickness. And we will see you next time up on the ridge. That was so bad.